Welcome back to another primeslider tutorial. Today we're exploring one of its most versatile and powerful widgets, the blogslider. This widget lets you showcase your WordPress blog posts in an eye-catching dynamic slider format. Perfect for homepages or blog sections, it beautifully highlights your latest or featured articles. With its modern design, smooth transitions, and rich customization options, it enhances engagement, improves content visibility, and gives your website a professional, interactive look. Ready to explore? Let's dive in. To get started, simply drag and drop the blogslider widget into your Elementor editor. Once placed, the default layout instantly appears, giving you a great starting point for customization. Under the Content tab, the first section you'll find is Layout. Here, you can begin by selecting your preferred skin. primeslider offers 4 unique skins: Default, Coral, Zenest, and Folio. For this demonstration, we'll be working with the default option, but you can freely explore others to match your site's design style. Next, you can fine-tune the slider's size and proportions by adjusting the ratio of width to height. Below that, you'll find a control to set the minimum height using a simple slider. If you prefer responsive scaling, you can enable the responsive height option, which automatically adapts your slider to different screen sizes. Once this feature is turned on, the previous ratio and minimum height settings are replaced by a single responsive height control, giving you a more flexible layout. You can also define the content max width to maintain perfect balance and spacing within your design. After setting up the structure, move on to image customization. You can adjust the image resolution and background image behavior to ensure your visuals look sharp and consistent. The next part allows you to control the title display. With just a toggle, you can choose to show or hide the post title and even set its HTML tag for proper hierarchy and SEO optimization. Similarly, you can decide whether to display the post's main text and define a text limit to control how much content appears inside the slider. Below that, you'll find 2 handy switches: Strip Shortcode and Show Button. The Strip Shortcode option removes any embedded shortcodes from your post content, ensuring a clean display. The Show Button switch lets you enable or disable the button at the bottom of each slide, and you can easily edit the button label to fit your design style or call to action. You'll also find additional toggles to show or hide various elements, such as social links, scroll buttons, categories, meta information, author name, date, comments, arrows, and navigation dots. These controls help you decide exactly what appears in your blog slider, keeping the layout neat and tailored to your content. Moving on, the Query section gives you full control over which posts are displayed in the slider. You can set the source of your content, whether it's regular posts, pages, knowledge base entries, FAQs, products, or even events. For this tutorial, we'll stick with blog posts. You can also specify how many posts you'd like to feature. Within this section, you'll notice 2 important sub-tabs: Include and Exclude. The Include tab lets you select which posts, categories, tags, or authors should appear in your slider. This is a great way to feature specific content, such as trending or highlighted articles. In contrast, the Exclude tab allows you to filter out certain posts, tags, or authors, helping you maintain a clean, focused display that aligns with your content strategy. Next comes the Social Link section. This feature lets you add and display social media icons directly on your blog slider. By default, you'll see Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, but you can easily add more platforms by clicking the Add Item button. Each item can be customized. You can rename the title, enter your social profile link, and even change the icon. This section is a great way to encourage readers to connect with you on social media and expand your brand's reach. Following that is the Scroll Down section. Here, you can set the scroll animation duration to control how smoothly and quickly the page scrolls when the user clicks the scroll button. The offset control allows you to fine-tune where the scroll stops, measured in pixels. You can also edit the scroll button text and assign a section ID, so when someone clicks the button, it scrolls directly to the exact part of your page you want them to see. The slider settings section gives you complete control over how the slider behaves. You can enable or disable autoplay and define the autoplay interval, determining how long each slide stays visible before moving to the next. There's also a pause on hover option, which temporarily stops the slider when the user hovers over it. You can control the animation speed to set how fast the slides transition. Enabling the loop option makes the slider automatically return to the first slide after reaching the end, creating a seamless experience. Another creative feature here is the Ken Burns animation, which adds a soft zoom and pan motion to your background images, giving your slider a more cinematic, professional feel. Now that you've set up the core structure, let's move to the Style tab, where all the visual magic happens. The first section, called Sliders, allows you to control overlays, margins, and content appearance. You can choose between none, background, or blend overlay styles, and set custom overlay colors to complement your theme. You can also adjust content margins to fine-tune spacing within the slider. Within this same section, you'll find 3 subtabs: Title, Excerpt, and Button. Under Title, you can customize the title color, highlight the first word with a different color, and adjust typography settings like font, weight, and letter spacing. You can also set spacing and separator color to refine the presentation. Under Excerpt, you can define the excerpt color and typography, including font family, line height, and spacing for perfect readability. Finally, the Button subtab lets you style the call to action button for both normal and hover states. You can customize text color, background, borders, padding, and even apply box shadows for added depth. Moving forward, the Social Icon section allows you to personalize the appearance of your social media icons. You can edit both the normal and hover states, adjusting the icon color, background style, borders, radius, padding, and shadows. You can also control the icon size and spacing, and choose whether to display a tooltip when users hover over an icon. Next is the scroll-down styling section, where you can define colors, typography, and spacing between elements. Both the normal and hover states can be customized, allowing you to match the scroll button's appearance perfectly with your site's overall theme. The Category section provides options to customize how post categories appear. You can set colors, background colors, borders, padding, and shadows. Typography controls are available here as well, giving you complete freedom over the font style and size. You can also define hover effects to make category labels more interactive and engaging. The Meta section controls the appearance of post metadata, things like the author name, publish date, and comments. You can adjust the container width and individually style icons and text. For icons, you can modify color, background, borders, and shadows, as well as size and spacing. For text, you can change color and typography settings to keep everything visually consistent with your design. Finally, the navigation section lets you style the slider's arrows and dots. You can customize arrow colors, background types, borders, and radii for the normal and hover states. You can also adjust the color of active dots and numbers and fine-tune the horizontal position of the navigation dots. All these details combine to help you create a smooth, intuitive navigation experience for your visitors. Once your design feels complete, simply click Publish and preview your work. You'll see your fully customized blog slider come to life, featuring your posts in a sleek, professional, and responsive format that looks beautiful across all devices. And that's how you can create a visually stunning, feature-rich blog slider using the blog slider widget in primeslider. This widget offers flexibility, creative control, and seamless integration with WordPress, making it an ideal choice for bloggers, designers, and developers who want to make their content stand out. To explore more creative layout ideas and design inspirations, be sure to visit our primeslider demo page. There, you'll find countless design concepts you can try out and customize to match your site's unique style. And if you're ready to take your design even further, now's the perfect time to install and activate primeslider Pro. The Pro version unlocks advanced features, premium skins, and powerful design tools that help you build visually stunning, performance-optimized sliders with ease. If you found this tutorial helpful, make sure to like this video, share it with fellow designers, and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth WordPress and Elementor tutorials. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next tutorial.